My name is Wendy O'Brien, and at 18, I got pregnant with my college boyfriend, and for the first time in my life, I was faced with the consequences of an irreversible bad decision that no one could handle but me. I considered my options. The first abortion came to mind. Like I said, I was paralyzed with fear, and it could have easily gone that way. There was marriage, but I felt deep down that I didn't want to compound the mistake with another one. There's single parenting, and I believed at the time, and I still do, that children, if at all possible, should be raised by two married parents. Having been raised with a European aristocrat mother and a shame-based religion, you can imagine it didn't go over so well when I finally broke it to them. I was told I had no choice but to get married, but even though I didn't know him yet, he loved us enough to step in and speak these words through my mouth: there's adoption. This was the first instance of a supernatural experience that I can remember in my life, and it was the first giant leap out of my comfort zone to do what's right no matter what the personal cost. This video is another. I was sent to Texas to live with my older brother and his wife, and it was there that God led us to the Homes of St. Mark. They told me that a semi-open adoption in which the child grows up knowing they're adopted, and we communicate by writing letters through the agency, would be the healthiest for the child.
I'm Jessica Yamada, and I really can't remember a time when I wasn't aware that I was adopted. It was really always just intrinsically built into who I was in such a loving way by my parents. I always felt as if I was chosen and deeply wanted, not only by my parents, but by my birth mother, who made the incredible sacrifice to selflessly place me up for adoption.
I chose Jess's parents because her mom had a background that was relatable to my own, and her dad was an Episcopal priest. Even then, God was calling, but I was too deaf to hear. They were wonderful, loving, godly parents, and let me be clear, they are her parents. I've never thought of them as anything else, and I am profoundly grateful to them. Her mom and I wrote through the agency for years, and then at the advent of the internet, she wrote and asked if we could write directly, and we did. I used to send gifts at birthday and Christmas, and one year I sent luggage because Jess was going to do some traveling, and her mom wrote and asked if she could use the luggage to come see me.
The first time that I was able to meet her was amazing because I was able to see someone who physically looked like me. I grew up in a family with a lot of blue-eyed, blonde-haired people, and so to see someone that I could recognize myself in was, I would say, healing in a way. Just, I don't think I ever felt able to describe what was missing per se, but that really put that last piece in of, just feeling whole.
We not only looked alike, but our mannerisms, our taste, and as my husband said, even the way we shake the salt shaker was identical.
We've really cultivated our own precious relationship. We understand each other's humor, we've laughed, we've cried, we've shared a lot of hard things, we've shared the exciting things, and just really been able to grow together.
We joke that all of our conversations used to be about handbags and shopping, and now we talk about scripture and did you hear so-and-so's sermon. To say our relationship has been one of the greatest blessings in my life is to seriously understate it. I've loved her for more than 40 years, but since we met 22 years ago, I realize I not only love her, but I really like her. She's my beauty from ashes personified and has grown into an extraordinary Proverbs 31 godly woman. and he knew it all. How awesome is that?
When I look at scripture, I see so many parallels. God's plan of redemption for an imperfect world was set in motion through the very concept of adoption. Not only did he ordain his son Jesus to be adopted, but he made adoption the only way that we could become part of his eternal family. Both Moses and Esther's lives could have ended tragically, but through adoption, God beautifully worked out a plan and a purpose for their lives.
I think it's important to tell the story because I want to debunk the myth that there are only horror stories regarding adoption, and that birth mothers don't throw away their children. They love them enough to put them first. If you're a parent with a child facing this situation, please just love them and have the faith that God does bring beauty from ashes. Knowing the decision I made, many have confided in me over their profound regret at taking the easy way out. It's heart-wrenching. There is no easy way out, and there are wonderful ministries like Healing Hearts, which can minister to them and bring them peace through God's love and forgiveness. But I want people to know that there is another way. That often bad decision has already been made. But adoption is a choice that can work if everyone plays by the rules and puts the child first.
I feel incredibly blessed to have been adopted by my parents. I was given a family who nurtured and continues to guide me through my life. They are absolutely amazing. They were given the opportunity to raise a child when they wouldn't have been able to otherwise. And I feel that they committed themselves to me just as God, through his immeasurable grace, has committed to a relationship with me through eternity. And I'm endlessly grateful for both.
It's a choice that can bring hope and blessing. Sounds like Jesus.